Bounding around the corner, the champions found an angry crowd outside the Temple of Blazing Glory who were clamoring to tear down the temple in order to appease their god-made flesh, known only as Ariana Morgaine. Scratch sought a way to de-escalate the situation as tempers rose, but the dam broke as one of the paladins, a dwarf named Kradod, found their thoughtless words sparking the powder keg. Fruitlessly, Piper and Scratch continued trying to avoid bloodshed, while Kradod continued rubbing salt in the wound. The battle came to a head when Kreg removed that of his citizens. Playing crowd control, Piper dropped darkness on Kreg to mitigate damage, calling for the others to fall back behind the protective gates of the temple.
Alright, so we left off with you guys and the clusterfuck of the battle outside of the Temple of Blazing Glory. So since we did that, Jelltur.
Yeah.
You're making your way over to the Friendly Face.
Alright.
You come to it's a fairly still bustling part of town. The buildings are very close together, but this building seems a bit more primped up than the others. There's flowers in the flower boxes. There's red, thick curtains that hang in front of the windows. And there's a sign that kind of looks like the laughing, crying masks of theater that says, The Friendly Face.
No, do I need to roll to figure out what this place is?
I don't know what you mean.
You're funny.
I'm hilarious. Do you go inside?
Yeah, I go inside.
As you walk inside, there's an individual standing wearing something that looks, in the real world, you would probably call it a kimono. However, in this world, it doesn't really have it doesn't have an equivalent to a culture here. It's just that style of dress. And it's elegant, but it's not exactly a dress. It's something between a dress and a robe. And this individual, it's hard to peg them. Very soft features, but short cropped hair, broad shoulders. But it's really hard to tell, is this person male or female? It's nearly impossible for you to figure out. They turn to greet you. Hello, my name is Jordan. How can I service you?
Yes, I'm here looking for a Bryn Lightfeather.
Well, we don't have anyone who works here by that name. I assume you're looking for a patron.
Sure.
Well, if you wait in this room, and they'll gesture you to another room, I'll send Rose in, and she'll be able to assist you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And this person, they'll just walk off, and you enter a room. It looks like a very plush sitting room. There's a fainting couch, a couple chairs, some plants that as you look at them, you're like, this room's too dark. How are they? Oh, they're fake. Okay. And again, those thick red curtains are blocking off the view of the street, but you're also noticing that they're blocking off the sound of the street. And as you're sitting there, a beautiful young half-elven woman steps into the room. Hello, my name is Rose. I hear you're looking for Mr. Lightfeather?
Yes.
What is the business of this meeting?
I just want to chat about stuff. Like, actually chat about stuff.
She smiles at you. I take it you're not used to this kind of establishment.
No, actually, not at all.
Is there something we can do to make you more comfortable?
No. I mean, I'm just sitting here and waiting is fine.
Does my appearance seem off-putting to you?
No, it's fine. I travel around with a little lust devil for most of my adventures, most of the time right now.
Lust devil?
She's tiefling.
Ah, and you see her form meld, she grows horns, her skin turns red, and her eyes slide into a monochromatic color. So something more like this is more to your liking.
I just put my head down. I just put my head down. No, it's not.
I'm so happy.
Is Bryn Lightfeather gonna should I wait here? Should I leave a left? Should I leave a note?
You can wait here. We just like to make sure that our customers are as comfortable as possible while waiting. Of course, if you prefer a more masculine companion, Buck may be available.
No, I'm good.
Very well then.
Thank you for the service. 10 out of 10. I'll give it a good rating before I leave.
It is appreciated. She'll step out of the room.
5 stars on Yelp.
I have been dying to use this brothel. I came up with this idea years ago and just love this brothel.
It's a brothel of a bunch of mystiques.
It's a bunch of changelings. They're all changelings.
I hate you.
I love it.
So I'll just wait. I'll just wait.
It's about a quarter of an hour goes by, and Rose re-enters, still in the tiefling form. Mr. Lightfeather is ready to see you now.
But yes, I will follow the currently tiefling.
Yep. And as you follow her, the tail is swishing slightly. And she leads you to a door, opens it, and there's a staircase going down.
Okay, is it lit?
Slightly. It's like candlelight more than torchlight.
Alright, that's fair. So I'll go down. And I thank Rose for the help.
She'll give you a slight bow, and as you step down, she will close the door behind you.
I hate you, Bryan. I just hate it here. I want to go back.
Oh, you want to go back to Rose?
No.
She can take on any form you like.
Down the stairs.
You head down the stairs, and it seems kind of like a regular cellar down here. There's crates, there's boxes, storage, barrels, and there's another door.
I knock on it.
You hear a voice inside. Yep, come in, come in.
Alright, I open the door and walk in.
Inside, you see there is a halfling man. He's standing on a barrel looking over a, from what you can tell, it looks like almost like a blueprint. And he's just kind of scratching at this scraggly little wiry beard he has. He has this blue hat with a large white feather in it. And he's wearing, like, leather armors, but kind of like, again, a royal blue cloak. And he does not look like a thief to you in any way.
You run the local thieves guild?
Ah, yes, hi. My name is Bryn Lightfeather, and you are?
Jelltur.
Jelltur. Pleasure to meet you, Jelltur. He walks over, shakes your hand. So, what can I do for you?
I just came to chat. Is there something I could tap on in here?
I mean, there's a table, there's the barrels.
I'm just making sure I'm close enough to it. But yeah, the one that talking thieves can't, obviously. Or see if he actually understands it, first and foremost. So I'll go into
What do you say to him in Thieves Can't?
Can you understand this? Do you know what I'm gesturing here? Or making out here?
He kind of looks at your hand, looks at you, and goes, "Son, I'm not new at this game. You don't really need to do that here."
So it's just, you look more like a merchant than, I guess.
Well, I'm not so much the get your hands dirty type. I'm more of a coordinator, you see. I run the guild. Well, for now, I run the guild.
What do you mean for now?
Well, we've been having kind of a rough go of it lately. With the crackdown of the Morning Stars, and the king's been a little... Well, he's been a little rough around the edges lately. Probably something to do with his son being a little under the weather recently. He's been a little... Like
a little under, or...
Well, we haven't seen them in a long time. They tend to keep to themselves anyway, but... You know, every now and then the kid would come out into the quill or the sword, and he kind of looks at you and goes, "You might not know what that means."
I don't think I do.
All right, so we're currently in the market district. The outer wall. Inside the inner wall, you have the District of Law, which is divided into two parts, the quill and the sword. The quill focuses on the legal aspect, the sword focuses on the martial aspect.
Okay, that makes sense.
In the center of that, that's the castle ward, where the king, the castle district, where the king keeps his folk. The nobles tend to live in there in the smaller manors underneath the shadow of the castle, kind of, look how big my dick is compared to yours kind of setup.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so the kid used to, come out, hang out with the soldiers in the sword, maybe go to the library in the quill, but no one's really seen him lately, and the king kind of been given that, hey, he's just not feeling well kind of thing. So, but it's been a few months, so it's getting a little weird. But ever since the kid got sick, the king's been cracking down. Now there's talk of armies and war kind of flitting through the air. None of it's come near Mace yet, so none of us are really all that concerned.
Yeah, about that.
You got news?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a funny story.
I like funny stories. Could use a good laugh.
Oh boy. So I just came here with a couple of companions and a friend from Braff. And the reason why we came here with about 9% of the citizens from there is because there is a war coming, and they took out Braff.
Wrath is gone?
Currently on fire, at the very least.
That's...
And they might be heading this direction. Chances are they probably are. It's pretty big town. It's a pretty big army. It was drows, those dark elves.
Yeah, no, I'm still waiting for the part that's gonna make me laugh.
Oh,
There's no part that's gonna make me laugh, is there?
I'm technically a dragon slayer.
Now that I find funny. Okay, sense of humor.
Yeah.
Jelltur the Dragon Slayer. That sounds familiar to me.
Is
there a song going on about that? There were a couple, actually.
How fast is this song?
Yeah, you're the song guy.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, we could definitely use a guy like you in the outfit. Especially considering that damn McGruff.
The crime dog?
Well, to be completely frank, I'm not really looking personally to join. Like I said, I have a friend. He's looking to join right now. I can vouch for him.
I could use anybody at this point because McGruff is trying to move in on my territory.
Oh, McGruff.
Yeah, his name's Darian McGruff. He's a human within the outfit who thinks that my leadership skills are lacking because of my stature. And I kind of want to stick it to him a little bit there, and also cement my hold. So if you got a friend who can come in and take care of that issue, I got a job that needs pulling off.
All right, I'll bring it up with my friend, but I'm pretty sure he's game for it.
Good. It's gonna take place in the Quill district, so you gotta have some way of sneaking into the major district. We can probably find you something. And also, make sure you watch out for the Gold Assassin. Shouldn't bother him any unless he's a gold elf. He's not a gold elf, is he?
Gold Assassin?
Yeah. It's kind of a misleading name because the assassin themselves is not gold. They just keep targeting gold elves.
Okay, gotcha. No, my friend is a halfling like me.
Okay, that's great then. Yeah, it's really weird.
Gold Assassin. Do you have any other information on this person?
The only thing I can tell you is the way the people die. Whoever this assassin is, no one's gotten a good look at them yet. They move through the shadows, almost like they come off of the rooftops, and they use this weird weapon. It's like they have claws, but the marks, they're precision like blades. So it's kind of like someone created like a glove or something that has razor sharp blades on the tips that act like claws, and they just go for the face and the throat. They just rip it apart.
I have a friend who does that, but it actually uses claws he might like. Not an elf, though.
Well, I'm not looking to take out any elves. I'm just saying, if your friend was an elf, they might be in trouble.
Yeah, good. Oh, I'm with this elf.
Wait, your friend has actual claws?
Not that friend. I have a different friend. He's a cat person.
Oh, one of them, whatchacollums.
Yeah,
Those myth people, they're real?
Apparently. His name is Scratch. You know what? The funniest part is his name is Scratch.
That is pretty funny. Well, I'd say maybe it was him, but the claw marks are like they are blades. They're not like people look at it. They're like, that's not an animal claw. It's mimicking one. So maybe they're using those Katsawatits as inspiration.
I mean, this is all very interesting. Holy shit! Those gonna come to a big town. Won't be well. Figured to be small issues, but an assassin is that target specifically gold elves. That's
specifically the problem that they're having is Queen Althiana. She sent her emissaries because she's planning to visit and talk with the king, create a treaty or something. Because we've known about the Drow doing their thing, but we didn't know they were this close. That's probably something we should get up the pipe. But so she's planning on a visit to have some kind of meeting with someone about this. Not with someone, with the king. They've been planning you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So she sent her emissaries ahead, and her emissaries are getting just nicked. They're getting killed off. Which, to be perfectly fair, I'm not one to complain about dead gold elves. They're kind of assholes. But
yeah, I know.
But I was gonna say, if you're friends with a gold elf, probably not the best place to send them, because the attack usually only happens in the Quill District.
Gotcha. Nope, not friends with any gold elves at the very least.
Well, I mean, neither am I, but but yeah, if you want to send your halfling friend our way, I'll give him the details on this job I need pulled in the Quill District.
All right.
But, if you want to look into that gold assassin, you might get some notoriety, because I sure as hell ain't going before the king.
Fair
I'm
enough.
not gonna be able to get that information to him.
Fair enough. Man. Well, my friend, I should be able to get my friend here to come see you in a couple of days or so. Is that fine?
That's fine. That's fine. Gives me a little more time to plan out the route. And he looks over at the blueprint.
Is this a map of the city?
No, it's a map of a house.
Is this Darren's house, I'm assuming?
No, this is the house where I need the job pulled. You got two entrances here. He points. This is the front entrance, which is visible from the street. But there's an old cook's entrance in the back, where they get supplies, food, and whatnot delivered, as to not bother the people who live there. So there's that's probably the point of entry. But I'm working on getting my intel. So send your buddy here. I'll give him everything he needs.
All right. I appreciate that.
No problem. And thank you. I really appreciate it, especially getting another halfling involved in this, because Darian just really wants me out, and if I can get another halfling, especially one who's maybe not Jelltur the Dragon Slayer, but related or somehow connected to, maybe we can give halflings a bit of a better name in this guild. I mean, I started it. I should be getting the respect I deserve from it. Some human thinking he can walk in here, take out what I've built.
Yeah. I'd always pegged our race to be a bit more likable, but I guess this is some people.
Well, we're plenty likable. The problem is, what can you possibly do to run a guild? You're like 2.5 feet tall. I could punt you over a fence.
Yeah.
There, he's right, so I can't really use anything like violence against
But
him.
we can also, stab him in the shins. It's kind of hard to punt when your shins are literally bleeding.
That's true, but I don't want to be one of those guild masters that rules through fear. I want the respect to come, from deeds and like.
It's not really fear if he's picking fun at our height. His height ain't everything.
That's true, but then the other ones are like, will see me stab him, and they'll be like, do we really want to work for a guy who will come against us?
Well, you ain't gotta stab him. Saying that if he's gonna, mention kicking you over a fence, mention stabbing your shins. Hard to kick.
Yeah, but we got to be the bigger person here.
Debatable.
It's one of our only opportunities.
You gotta love a sense of humor. Oh man. Huh. No, okay, I get you.
Yeah, I just want to build my reputation off of something that lasts.
I enough. So does my friend.
Yeah, he should get it then. You don't want to be like a mafioso, a don whose power comes from fear, and then when he dies, people are glad.
Yeah, that would suck actually. My friend doesn't have any. Don't think he has any dreams like that.
Nah, gotta build a reputation. Build something that when you die, people will look at you and they'll remember something worth remembering.
I'm into that. Well, I do hope my friend can help you achieve this goal.
I would appreciate it. You just send him this way. Tell him to talk to Rose.
Is this like the best place to meet you at?
This is the only place to meet me at. This is where I work out of.
Did you know they can Rose like this change like a tiefling in front of me?
Yeah, they're changelings. They can do that. I mean, it's really convenient to have at a brothel. I mean, instead of having to hire a tiefling, an elf, a half-elf, then you have to pay all these people, and it becomes a financial nightmare for you. You can cut down on costs and maximize your profits. It also keeps like a family atmosphere among you, because you got a camaraderie. Also, changelings are pretty much frowned on in a lot of places in society, and this is one of the few places where they can use their talents and not be considered, horrible creatures that will kill your family and replace them and then take you. There's been talk of that, and this place has really helped with their image.
I have never heard of that one before.
Yeah.
She turned into a tiefling because I mentioned a companion that I'm traveling with. They called her a lust devil.
I didn't even use the word friend.
I mean, that sounds like a good trigger. She probably just wanted you to be comfortable in the situation.
No, I get it. I get it. This is that kind of enjoyed being in this town because I got some time to not have to deal with her.
You could have asked her to be something else. I mean, what are you into? Half-elves? They can do halfling. The problem is they can change their appearance and their height only slightly. So I think Rose is 5 foot. You get like a 4 foot halfling, which is a little off-putting.
Not into really anything at this moment.
You really don't want them to go, natural on that one, because they get this kind of amorphous doppelganger looking look.
No.
You want to give them something.
Okay, you know what? She can stay a tiefling then.
That works. I mean, she might change by the time your friend gets here because,
That's fine with me. That's his problem.
But you just ask for Rose, and whatever she looks like at the time, you can have her change if you need to.
All right, I'll make sure I pass that along to him. This is Bryn, right?
Yes, Bryn Lightfeather.
Yeah.
He shakes her hand again.
Yep. Let's shake his hand. It was a pleasure meeting you, Bryn. It's nice to see you.
Pleasure meeting you as well.
It's nice to see a tiefling that has power and not stir crazy. I said tiefling. Halfling that has power. It's nice to see a halfling that has power and not stir crazy.
Stir crazy.
Some old chick I know in Porright's Fist.
Ah.
I'm assuming you know of her.
No, I'm not too familiar with Poirate's Fist. I'm Mace born and bred, so,
Fair enough. If you ever hear the name Agatha show up anywhere, it's not good news.
Agatha, I'll keep my ear to the ground. If I hear anything from her, I'll make sure we steer clear.
Yeah. Alright. Pleasure meeting you again.
Pleasure's mine. And you go up the stairs, the door opens, and Rose the Tiefling is there to meet you.
Hi, Rose.
Hello.
I guess my business here is done. I guess I give her a gold piece and I thank you for the escort and help.
Not a problem. She'll take it, pocket it, and she'll lead you to the exit, open the door, and bow as you exit.
Oh, before I just fully go off, a friend of mine will be coming here in a couple of days to speak with Bryn. He's also halfling, so.
Ah, very good. And does he have a preference?
I don't know. Just go with whatever you want. I'll just tell him to ask for your name, Rose.
Very good. Thank you.
No problem. Take care.
She gives you another bow, and she closes the door.
I start looking for a place where I can get some leather and metal work done, I guess.
Sure, that would probably be... Get to the market district. And I'm going to just point you in the right direction, and then we're going to switch to the other people, but the ringing hammer is the smith.
Ringing hammer.
Yes, you would meet a half-elven man named Flynn.
3. Okay.
And he, you do see that when you get to him, he is hammering away, and he is wearing a holy symbol brazenly around his neck.
Holy symbol of...
Make a religion check.
Cool, I'm mad at that.
It's very low.
Cool, I actually did a pretty decent job. I think it should be +3. Yeah, +3, so 15.
Alright, so you see a sword in the sun, blade pointed down, which is the holy symbol of Molat, the god of sun.
Have I seen this before?
He's one of the major gods of the region. So
cool.
Sometime in your life you would have seen this symbol.
Cool.
But we'll get back to you in a moment.
Jesus Lord Christ.
Back at the Temple of Blazing Glory. You were being taken by Kradod to go meet the vicar. And as you walk into the temple proper, there are shields lining the wall. There are spears lining the wall. This feels more like an armory than a temple. But as you do get into the open area where worship would take place, there is another image of the centaur. This time, it's a mosaic on one wall. And there is one lone figure on their knees in front of the mosaic. And Kradod, you would recognize it as the vicar.
Do I know the vicar's name?
You do. Her name is Vicar Ceratus Melan.
Yeah. So I guess I'm bringing them up. I approach the mosaic. I make a complicated kind of clearly religious gesture towards the mosaic as I approach it, and then I very politely just kind of vicar, excuse me.
And she turns her head, and you see a half-orc woman, her tusks filed to points. Rather than filed down, they've been sharpened. And she'll stand, and underneath her robes, you see she is wearing half-plate armor, and she has a shield and a spear next to her where she was sitting and praying. She picks up the shield, puts it on, and picks up the spear and holds it almost like a staff. She'll turn and give you a slight nod of the head, Kradod, and she will go, Paladin, how fared your venture into the city?
I mean, we were just outside the door, so we didn't go that far. But I would say that it went...
Poorly.
I would have said okay. I haven't introduced you yet.
No, you have not. But I figure it would better be honest. Piper.
The vicar will turn. She'll hold up the shield, give you a bow.
I give her a bow.
Vicar Ceratus Melan, head priestess of Erath, the Temple of Blazing Glory.
I'm Kreg.
Yes,
Hello, Kreg.
we have some concerns about this little one here. I think
What'd I do this time?
that he has been possessed by Ariana, that blasphemer.
No, that's just how he fights. The crowd was getting very restless, and efforts to de-escalate did not work. So the crowd started attacking her, or Kradod, and the two other paladins that were there. We intervened. Kreg got a little overzealous and went into a rage, and
I knocked him out.
He helped and ended up killing a member accidentally.
Wait, what?
You
Melan will, purse her lips slightly at this. That is not good.
Wait, I killed someone?
But there was a shimmering image of some sort of human female figure. Hold on, sidebar. Bryan, is Ariana human? Do I know this?
Let me double check that.
I would probably know this by now, right?
I didn't write that down. So it probably hasn't been revealed to the general public what she is.
Okay, well, I'm gonna assume that's what it is because that's what they were there for. There was a shimmering image of a female figure in the sky. And shortly after it disappeared, and then this poor lad went mad with rage. Quite a warrior, though. I was most impressed. But one of those blasphemers was tragically struck down. Which is part of why I believe Paul and Tina had us escort them in for sanctuary. But I believe that we will need to exorcise some sort of demon from this poor man.
there is no demon inside him.
Well, then in that case, I suppose we could send you back out to the guards. And I look at her expectantly.
I just sit on the floor. He seems sad.
It's okay, Kreg. I know you were trying to help. It just sort of happens sometimes.
He's just mopey now.
Vicar Malin will take her spear and she'll slide it into a slot on her shield. So it almost looks like it becomes a weapon that you can stab with and defend with at the same time. She'll walk over to you, Kreg, and put her hand out. May I see your weapon?
I kind of take it off. I give it to her. One-handed, might I add.
She does the same. She's holding it one-handed. Gives it a swing here, a swing there. That is an impressive weapon for one of your stature to be wielding.
Thanks. I was proud of that. Now not so much.
He was trying to do it non-lethally, but sometimes doesn't always.
Sometimes we fail at our tasks. It is not anything to be ashamed of. Attempts are made. All we can do is try to fight honorably and try to fight well.
You're right, thanks. Gets back up.
This does, however, create something of a problem for us. A PR issue is definitely one way of phrasing it. So what has brought you to our gates?
Well, we just recently got into town, and we were honestly starting to explore, and Kreg actually is the one who heard the discontented shouting in front of your doors.
The blasphemers!
We came to...
The complete destruction of Brath is what brought us here.
Oh, that too. I meant specifically to the door. We heard what was going on.
There is much that worries me. Much that worries me indeed. I sense something in each of you. You are touched.
Also.
She smiles. Not like that.
I will shift. I will take my veil and I will show her, point to the symbol of Kisara.
Ah, yes. It would be her, wouldn't it? One so full of life, she would not possibly give that up. She turns to you, Scratch. But you are a stranger in our lands.
Yes. I am blessed by Munara.
The Katsin goddess of the moon, I believe she is connected to your tribe that lives within the forests. You are hunters. You rely on the shadow and the light in equal parts.
Yes. It is rare to see someone who knows of our ways.
Well, you spend enough time at the dusty shelves and you learn a few things. You might want to speak with Gelf, a proprietor of the Dusty Shelves. I know he would be very excited to speak with you.
Of the Dusty Shelves?
Yes, it is it's a bookstore run by a cartographer named Gelf. And then she turns and looks at Kreg.
Hi.
She gives you back your axe. She takes her spear and she hands it to Kradod. And then she walks over to a long box that's sitting on the altar, and goes, "Young gnome, I did believe you said your name was Kreg?
Yeah.
Please stand in the center of the temple."
Okay. Walks over.
So you go to the center, and as you turn around, she pulls a lance out of the box and charges you. Roll initiative.
Cool.
Just him?
Just him.
15.
Oh, you just beat her. She rolled a 15 but has a -1, so you go first. So this lance is coming at you.
Okay, I'm going to, just because she was nice to me, he's not going to actively attack someone who seems like friendly towards him, or was friendly towards him. He's basically just going to take the dodge action and end his turn.
All right. So she'll come at you with the lance.
Why?
So at disadvantage, that's an 18 to hit you.
Yeah, no, that's on the money.
All right. So that's 10 points of piercing damage.
All right, I'm not raging, so that's full points.
And it's a good thing that you're taking the dodge action, because that's a crit or a non-natural 20.
Ouch.
And that is 15 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
And she, drives forth, the cloak just billowing behind her. And she's just... You see, this kind of, the tip that just at the edges of her eyes, just turning bloodshot red. And she snarls, her tusks now just terrifying. And she just snarls at you.
Mm-hmm.
Fight with honor! And that's her turn.
Getting stabbed, I'm going to rage, and I'm going to go into probably a frenzy rage, just because he's kind of not in the mood after accidentally killing someone, so...
Right.
So he's just kind of annoyed and upset, and he kind of just goes... and just swings right back.
Alright, go for it.
And he's going to go reckless on all these. That's actually an 18.
That'll hit her.
Okay. Okay, so... Yeah, that's not bad. 17 points of damage.
All right.
And attack number 2 at advantage. Whew. I crit.
All right. Roll your damage.
18 points of damage.
Alrighty.
And Kreg just kind of yells.
So it's gonna be her turn now.
Yep.
I rolled double 11s, but that's still a 19 to hit you.
That will hit.
And then 11 points of radiant as she smites you.
Oh, of fucking course. Okay, so, I take...
Is a paladin.
No, I know. I'm just doing the math in my head now because I take the full...
Well, you take 3 from the piercing and then 11 from the radiant, because you don't have the radiant.
No, I know.
I just look at Kradod. Why is she doing this?
I don't say anything. I just put my hand up and like a nod, like all will be explained.
And then a non-natural 20 to hit you. So 11 halved to 5 on the piercing. 5 points of radiant. And then she's going to slam her shield with the lance, and she starts to glow. And she just snarls, "Give it a good fight!"
Yeah, I'm gonna just reckless swing all of them and just go to town on her.
Alrighty.
17.
17 will miss. It would have hit before, but she cast Shield of Faith on herself.
Okay, hold on. That's not an advantage. Oh. It's the same number, so never mind.
Yep, so you swing at her with the axe, she deflects with the shield.
Alright, next one. That's a 20.
That'll hit.
Alright.
It's 19 with the Shield of Faith.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Alright, so that definitely hits at advantage. And where are you? Okay, good. So that's 19 points of damage. As I just swing into her as hard as I can. Then that's 18.
18 will just miss.
Hold on, let's see if I crit. Yep. 8. You said 18 hits or doesn't?
The 18 misses.
As he slams and just slams it into the ground, and I kind of feel it would crater a little.
So to hit you, that is a 26.
Good lord, and this is not gonna end well for me.
How
Alright.
you doing?
Not well.
So that's 7 plus 6 is 13 points of piercing, half to 6.
Okay.
And then 9 points of radiant on top of that, as she uses another smite.
Yeesh.
That's going to miss you with a 11 to hit.
Oh yeah.
That was her turn.
Alrighty, here we go. 16's probably gonna miss.
Yep.
Alright, that's a 17 on the die, so
That'll definitely hit.
13 points on that second attack.
Alright.
The third one. 19 on the die plus...
That hits.
Yeah.
19 is what you need to hit.
Gotcha. Alright, so... 14 points.
Alright.
And he's gonna kind of, I guess, move around her, if he can.
Okay.
To the other side.
Not
just-
out of her attack range, just moving.
Yeah.
Alright. That'll bring it to her turn. That is an 18 to hit you.
Alright. How do you want to do this?
Well, let's see what she rolls first. It's 12 half to 6 piercing.
Okay, so Anything else?
Second attack. 18 on the die, so 26 to hit you.
And you smack him and he flies back against the, where? The mosaic, and he just goes limp.
So she'll walk over, she'll lay her lance down on the altar, turn around, and press her fingers to your forehead and give you 10 points in lay on hands.
Cool.
Well fought.
He kind of takes a deep breath in.
Polite little clap from Kradod.
You do fight with honor. I believe you that the killing was accidental. Then she'll take off her shield and put it onto the altar and say, would any of you care for tea?
That would be nice, actually.
Damn, I can go for some tea right now.
She nods at you. Come along then. We can take it on the veranda. And Kreg, you would actually be used to this kind of thing. You've seen the orcs in the tribe do trial by combat before. And now that you've never been a member of that though. You were never accepted among that. So this is actually kind of a moment of, wait a minute, I was just treated like a warrior.
He kind of looks at her and goes, oh. Thank you.
You're welcome. I was with the tribes as well. For a time. And she just starts leading you up the stairs. And she sets out, or she has some of the acolytes set out. There's fruits, tea, mostly stuff that was grown in the garden, so nothing like cookies or anything like that, but it's all very much what was grown here. Because of this, I can state that Kreg has gone through trial and has gone through a form of punishment for his deeds. However, as the old law still applies, no matter what that cretinous, reborn organization wants to think, I am going to need to provide Kreg with a benefactor.
A benefactor.
While he's in the city, he will need to have a member of my church overlooking his behavior.
Oh dear God, no.
Overseeing his behavior, rather.
Oh dear God, no. Oh dear God, no, not this guy.
I feel like I have my hands like on the teacup, just like stops in the motion.
And since you're already familiar with Kradod,
No, dear God, no, not this person.
No.
they will be assigned as Kreg's overseer.
What?
Are
Vicar, are you
you
sure
Are
about
you sure
this?
that's a smart idea? I mean,
Dear Lord.
Kradod, you spend too much time in this temple as it is.
Well, yes, but
And these
We just want to
good
get rid of you,
people-
man.
These good people have things they need to do out in the city, I am sure. Am I wrong?
no, you are
No,
correct.
you are not wrong.
Greg is literally sitting in the chair just snoring now because he's exhausted right now.
But just hear me out. I'm not there, but hear me out.
As you're snoring, your mouth is open. Vicar Malon is going to just take a strawberry and just drop it in your mouth. She's like, she doesn't even like, she doesn't break what she's saying. She just drops it.
Yeah. And he kind of starts coughing it up.
Chew, chew. Regain your strength, boy.
Thank you.
Kradod's like blustering a little bit and kind of like looking around, like trying to. Surely I am too high up in the ranks to be saddled with such a. Surely this could be handled by one of the recruits, or.
It could be. However, I have gotten a few complaints about your interactions with those outside of the church. I've actually gotten a few complaints about your interactions with those within the church, but that's for another conversation. I feel it would be in your best interest to interact with people outside of the faith in a means that may broaden your horizons.
And you see their face like fall. And
I just breathe under my breath. They're going to get us killed, and sip my tea.
This has been the Reliably Chaotic podcast. Champions of Solane is an original Dungeons & Dragons adventure written by Bryan Scharf using the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rule set published by Wizards of the Coast. My name is Bryan Scharf, and I've been your DM. You can reach me at ReliableDM on Twitter.
My name is Nicole Summers, and I play Piper.
This is Jair, also known as JJ, and I play the character of Jelltur Jactus.
This is Matthew Reed, and I play Scratch.
This is Andrew Brown, and I play Kreg.
greetings, listener. It is I, Sara, and I portray fan favorite Kradod Deephead.
Theme music by Adrian von Ziegler. All other music by Kevin MacLeod on the Incompetech website and Adrian von Ziegler. Detailed information about music in this episode is provided in its description. Music for this episode was selected by Nicole Summers. The episode was edited by Matthew Reed with assistance from Sara. Contact us out on Twitter at Reliably Chaotic, email us at reliablychaotic@gmail.com, or join our Discord server by following the link in our description. If you like our show and would like to support us, please consider becoming a patron by going to patreon.com/reliablychaotic or by leaving a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It really does help a lot. Thank you for listening, and we hope to see you again in our next adventure.
I feel like there's someone missing from your party, and I feel like he's happy about it.